Good day, Nigeria. Welcome to the Civil Shield on Aneke TV, a program where we highlight the activities of the NSCDC. Usually, when we think about national security, we often spotlight the military or the police, but there is a strategic player working behind the scenes, operating across communities and institutions, a silent force with a very strong presence. Today on the Civil Shield, we shine the spotlight on the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, but an interesting unit. This specialized unit of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps was formed to tackle growing security concerns, especially around protecting schools and vulnerable communities. They are trained in intelligence gathering, combat tactics, and child protection, and they've become a visible symbol of courage and competence across the country. Yes, we are actually talking about the female squad focus. She wears the badge, the power of the female squad. At this moment, we are honored to host distinguished representatives of the NSCDC, the Deputy Commandant of Corps, Gloria Obuka, a Principal Staff of NSCDC Enugu Command, and the PA to the State Commandant of the Public Relations Office, Mwatu Emmanuel, the Superintendent of Corps, NSCDC Enugu. Welcome to the program.
Thank you
Glad to be
so
here.
much. Thank you.
All right, so to begin, sir, can you clearly throw more light on the origin and the mission of the female squad? What are their key responsibilities and their key roles in the NSCDC? And are they actually meeting up with these expectations and the responsibilities assigned to them?
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Faith Wins. And thank you, Aneke TV, once again for another brilliant opportunity to showcase, the NSCDC to the citizenry. Today's topic is a very brilliant one, talking about the NSCDC Female Squad. This is a specialized unit in the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps that was formed to address the increasing need for gender responsiveness, in handling security matters. And so the female squad was actually part of a broader vision. Especially, it was inspired by the Safe School Initiative, which was as a result of the increasing attacks on communities, educational institutions, especially. Of course, we still remember the Chibok Girls event, 2014. That was what resulted in the creation of the Safe School Initiative. And so the female squad, like I said, is part of this broader vision, which is to provide support, and in a very special way. It leverages on the unique abilities, the unique qualities of female to provide certain psychosocial support, certain emotional support that only women can truly provide. Children may be scared when they come, they see males with weapons, but when they see females smiling with the wonderful motherly qualities of a woman, and at the same time efficient, at the same time trustworthy, they tend to relax, they tend to calm their nerves. The female squad was actually created in 2021. And that is under the very able leadership of the Commandant General of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Commandant CG Ahmed Abubakar Audi, MNI OFR. And it was to ensure that this particular need in schools is resolved. And that was why it was created. And honestly, I will tell you that in several states, in the north central states and the north eastern states, and the female squad have been very, very effective. States like Kaduna, Kano, Lagos, and Enugu states. Honestly, we are seeing very vibrant female squad that are doing their job, females who are trained in tactics, who are trained in mediation, who are trained to provide emotional support, psychosocial support, who are trained, especially in gender-sensitive roles. You know, there are certain roles where the males may not be very well suited, but females, you know, do come in to provide this kind of support. So let me stop here for now.
That's really amazing to know. And talking about trainings, what kind of trainings do these officers, is it okay if I refer to them as women or officers? What kind of trainings do they undergo to prepare them for these security roles? And how do they actually handle, you know, really high risk required kind of tasks? And you talked about arms, so they are actually armed just like the male officers as well.
Oh yes, the female squad operatives are bona fide, fully trained Nigerian Security and Civil Defense officers. Of course, they receive very specialized training in areas like psychosocial support, child protection, and of course, they do receive tactical training in weapons handling, in identifying IEDs, and in general community interaction, peace resolution, you know, and conflict resolution, and things like that. So they do receive specialized training, which makes them very effective.
You know, just for knowledge sake and for clarity's sake, can you let us know the full meaning of the IED?
Oh, that's a very powerful.
Okay, let me come in on that angle. IEDs are improvised explosive devices. Okay, IEDs. And talking about the operational strength of the female squad, this squad is not just a ceremonial squad. They are heavily trained in arms bearing. They are heavily trained. The combination of their strength and resilience, empathy, and high emotional intelligence stands them out from their male counterpart. Okay? And just like what you earlier said, in an environment where the male officers struggle to build up trust within the community, these officers will, in a non-threatening manner, gather actionable intelligence. They are well trained also in negotiation, okay? They are well trained in negotiation. You see a female squad officer coming around a child. By mere touching a child and speaking to the child like a mother would, the child will melt in a second, if I am permitted to use that word. And then the child will keep talking until the officer gets to the root of what she needs to know in order to help this child, okay? And again, like he said, he was talking about IEDs. These officers are also specialized, they're also specially trained to handle not just IEDs, but CBRNE, okay? Chemical, they are specialized to operate, especially in the face of chemical, biological, radiological, and even nuclear threats, okay? They have the capability to evacuate the children, especially children in school or within any volatile environment, to a safe zone. They have capability of engaging in what is called decontamination system, okay, in case of chemical threats, okay? They can massively decontaminate the children. They have also been seen in schools where their presence are well appreciated. They have also been seen to establish safety routines, okay? They have also helped institutions to get drills on evacuation techniques in case of disaster. So you see, female squad of NSCDC has brought a lot of, zest to the whole NSCDC operation.
That's correct. I would just like to add a little to what my superior has said in the roles of the female squad. Of course, they provide security to schools, especially vulnerable areas, rural areas where there is limited presence of security operatives. They also support the implementation of the National Safe School Policy to prevent attacks and abductions of students. Of course, they undergo very specialized training and undergo courses in gender-sensitive policing. They handle cases that involve women and children, and they handle it with care and empathy and confidentiality. These are some of the what do we call wonderful virtues that women can have, which are being leveraged on. Of course, they intervene in the domestic violence, child abuse, trafficking, and especially in sexual violence cases, and especially in cases involving girls. Like I told you, they are because of their very special qualities. Males may not be suited for some of those particular interventions. So that is where the female squad comes in.
It's really impressive to know. Women naturally have superpowers, and then combining that with a force and a professional training, I'm super sure that you're headed for greatness.
You can say that again,
right.
Faith.
I would also like to know, away from the impacts of this female squad, we also want to know if female officers, that's the female squad, are they involved in peacemaking and also negotiations as well?
Oh, yes, of course. The female squad has made a lot of impact, like I told you, in several states across the country, particularly in the northern states, Kano, Kaduna, northeastern states, north central states, notably in Lagos State and in Enugu State. The female squad, they are doing very, very well. They are working in rural areas, rural communities, rural schools. They're very organized. Sometimes they work as standalone units. Sometimes they work, in collaboration with maybe the agro rangers or some other units in the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps to be able to perform their roles creditably. They do very well also in intelligence gathering. You see, these women, like I told you, they are very unique. Certain areas where the males may not be able to draw information, they are able to operate freely. They can even operate with plain clothes, just to generate those intelligence which are needed for a broader intervention.
Okay,
All
right, let me quickly add this, that they are also, like I said, that they are negotiators. They are also trained in peace and conflict management, a special area for them, okay? They have engaged in peace building in communities where their assignments are more felt. They have engaged in peace building. This squad creates a peaceful atmosphere for the community dwellers to come together, and instead of fighting and scattering what they have on ground, they come together to build up their communities. Okay? This they achieve through negotiation, dialoguing, and the use of ADR. Okay? They have been able to settle land disputes. Do you understand? They have been able to settle land disputes which would have landed in courts. But because of their presence in these local communities, they've been able to impactfully talk warring factions to settle out of court. And that is a very good plus for them also.
All right, thank you. And we will be going on a short break. You're still watching the Civil Shield on Aneke TV. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. When danger calls and peace is thin, the civil defense will step right in. NSCDC, our nation's shield, protecting lives, securing the field. From schools to farms and assets so grand, they guard the peace across the land. Join us every week on the program, The Civil Shield, your window into the world of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. Learn how NSCDC protects you, your schools, your resources, and our nation's future. NSCDC, always vigilant, ever ready to defend the defenseless. The Civil Shield, enlightenment, engagement, security. We are back. You're still watching the Civil Shield on Aneke TV with Faithless, and it's been an interesting conversation with distinguished representatives of the NSCDC about the female sport. And we still have in the studio Deputy Commandant of Corps, Gloria Obuka, a principal staff of NSCDC Enugu Command, and the PA to the State Commandant of the Public Relations Office, Mwatu Emmanuel, the Superintendent of Corps NSCDC Enugu State. You're welcome again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's really interesting to know that the squad is trained to handle vulnerables. And how does this female squad empower women and girls in the community? And if we want to reach out to them, where are the possible locations? In fact, how and where can we find the female squad?
Now, beyond the badge and beyond the uniform, the female squad serve as community champions for women's empowerment, for gender rights, gender equality of the girl child. They conduct outreach programs to schools, marketplaces, religious centers, and rural villages. They educate the girl child on her self-worth. And just the mere visibility of the mere visibility of their presence alone is enough to discourage sexual violence, gender-based violence in schools. And they are veritable champions in our educational institutions. Yes.
Hey, that's a lot of information that we have to digest today, and I'm very sure that it's new. It's really educating. And finally, are there plans to actually expand the female squad, including, to include, specialized units and more specialized units to the female squad? Are there plans about that?
Oh, yes. Before I delve into responding to your last question, let me add that this female squad can be seen within the communities. Of course, their main location should be at the state commands, okay? They also have call centers at the state commands, the control room, where the officers in the field give the information and actionable intelligence gathered from the field to the operational centers, where they are processed and adequately made use of. Okay? And that is where you can locate them. Now, coming to your last question, whether there is a plan to expand them, of course. We have all seen, the whole nation is highly impressed with how much this special squad has achieved in such a little time, given the fact that they were bettered in 2021. Okay, they have done so much. So I want to believe that the federal government will do all it takes, to recruit more of these agile
That's right.
female.
Talking about recruitment,
Yeah.
honestly, the presence of this female squad is really inspiring a lot of young girls all over the place. Many people now want to join the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps.
Sadly.
Just because of when they see that these women are role models.
Role models,
And they combine it with professionalism and with empathy. They combine it with a motherly instinct that is truly wonderful.
And can you fill us in some success stories around the female squad of NSCDC?
Oh, I would say quite a lot of success stories.
Yeah.
We get reports every day of how they foil kidnappings.
Exactly.
Yes. Even in Enugu State, we've gotten so many reports from our female squad of how they have foiled kidnapping attempts because of the kind of trust that they build in communities. This trust enables them to receive intelligence, actionable intelligence from them. Like I told you, people seem to trust females a lot. They trust that they are caring, they trust that they will protect information. And so they get this information and it enables them to foil kidnapping attempts
And of course, they have also rescued a lot of children who maybe run away from home or run away from guardians who they perceive as being wicked to them. And so these women are able to provide a safe place for them before they are reunited to their families.
They have also featured their presence in solving and resolving domestic violence issues. Okay? Many families have been reunited through their negotiation and mediation, platforms. They have actually done a lot.
It's really
Yeah.
impressive. It's so impressive to see that women are breaking bounds, they're breaking new grounds in Nigeria's security sector, not just as a part of the force, but leading sensitive mission and community outreach. Thank you so much for shedding the light. Thank you for being here on and shedding more light on NSCDC Female Squad and their contribution to national order and student safety. And that's a wrap of today's program. Don't forget to keep the conversations going across all social media platforms. You can find us on X, on Facebook, Instagram, and right here on YouTube, all at Aneke TV for more insightful updates on the Civil Shield. Again, let's remember, security is not just the job of uniforms and badges. It's actually a shared responsibility. Until next time, stay aware, stay informed, stay safe, and also stay involved. I am Faith Wins Ezzy. Thank you for watching.